Hello, my name is Danica Smith, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about stem cell research in regards to what that means within the United States and what that means in my personal life. My sister was diagnosed with cerebral palsy upon birth due to a fetal distress while my mother gave birth to her, caused a lack of oxygen in the left side of her brain, which caused severe nerve damage and cell damage within her brain. Stem cell research is a regenerative medicine that allows you to be able to repair actual damaged nerves within the brain and allows you to actually get something back, i.e. walking, i.e. talking, or i.e. even being able to eat by mouth, whereas my sister could not do any of those functions due to that lack of oxygen in her brain and the lack of actual complete nerves within her brain. Stem cell research right now has been funded within the United States. However, due to lack of research and trials that have been done within the U.S., the FDA does not allow for any of these procedures to be taken place within the U.S., meaning if you have an insurance that would cover it, the FDA will not approve that, meaning that you would have to pay completely out of pocket for any of these therapies or procedures, and it can be very expensive due to it being in the experimental phase, up to $20,000 to even $50,000. There were a couple different trials that were conducted in Australia via Biomed, which is a university or a hospital that is out in Australia. They had over 300 participants that were willing to conduct this trial with them, and it allowed for them to really see how well stem cell research is within the brain and within the nerve tissues. It completely almost repaired about half of the damaged nerve cells that were in the brain over a multitude of different trials due to it not being able to be done over one extended time. And this practically allowed for them to see that stem cell research has a 95% success rate, which is what we're hoping and aiming for within the United States. Stem cell research, or stem cell in general, is a regenerative medicine, meaning that once stem cells are given to the participant, it allows over time for their brain to pretty much react and to repair itself, almost like a cut on your skin would over a matter of time. Stem cell research is pretty much stem cell that's taken from an embryo cell or even adult cells. So when it's taken from the embryo, we're thinking more so like umbilical cord, or things that are not being in use after the child has been birthed. And what they do is they place the umbilical cord into a freezer and allow those cells, because they are brand new and because they have never been touched before, to be placed into the participant themselves, which again means that this procedure is very, very expensive. There are a couple different types of stem cell therapies, or ways that they get the stem cell from adult use. So obviously there is autologous, which is the stem cell that is taken from the actual participant. So they're taking some blood and some sample research to kind of see what needs to be taken care of and what needs to be repaired. You have allogenic, which is the stem cell that's retrieved from the adult cells. And then you have synogenic, which is if you have a identical twin, they take cells from them and use that for that trial or that experiment. Due to it being in such early phase, again, there is very small funding within the United States, and I'm currently looking to try to start a petition to raise information and raise just an awareness to the general public, and even to the government themselves, to allow them to really understand how important this would be, not only for me, but for my sister, who has never been able to walk or talk. But it doesn't just stop there. So it also helps cancer patients, people with Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, leukemia, and there are multiple sclerosis, and there are also a multitude of other different diseases or disabilities that would really, really benefit from stem cell research. And due to it being a reparative or regenerative medicine, it allows for patients who no longer can produce those cells on their own, or can even heal on their own due to just the degenerative diseases going on within their bodies. So this would be a huge breakthrough for so many people who aren't able to really, move around or do anything, or people who have been given a time limit on their own life. So it is hopefully within my my bounds to bring this awareness to you guys, and hopefully I brought some information that you guys wouldn't know. Again, stem cell research has been huge within Mexico, Australia, England, and back in 2001 is when they did the initial funding for stem cell research within the United States. In 2007, they were given a raise up to about $3.7 million with stem cell research. However, since 2007, there has been no additional funding, and there has no additional research, at least no doctors that are willing to produce these trials or even do anything regards to these type of patients or this type of scenario. You would have to step foot out of the United States to get this procedure done. So hopefully this brings to you guys that you guys would, if I were to put up a petition, or if there is already an existing petition that I have not seen yet, that would be able to be signed and hopefully be brought to the government and be brought to the big people to be funded more, or even to have more awareness about this, and to possibly give them some more leeway as to why this would be super important to even continue trial funding. Thank you again, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I wish I had an audience, but currently that was not an option for me, other than my cat who's asleep on the bed. So you guys have a great day, and bye-bye.